Y'all, it's Welcome to Rockstar back with another video on my channel, and thank y'all for showing so much love to my video about how trading has changed my life. It is December 2024, and let's talk about how December 2024 has ruined my life, JK. However, I learned so much this December about trading. That first week of December was terrible. We lost all the trades that week. Not all. We lost three in a row, and then I paper traded and caught two great ones, obviously, to how the cookie crumbles. However, I messed up my trading because I was too focused on setting like brackets. I got focused on brackets, which snowballed into focusing on money subconsciously. You would think it wouldn't, but it did. So basically, I have a bracket set at 150 ticks to 300, which is really what I use every day. But in the sense of it just gives me room to adjust to what the market's giving me, and I stopped adjusting to what the market was giving me. That's literally what I was doing. So sir, there are some days where you're gonna see a great, beautiful setup, and it's just not going to be your bracket. Like it's going to be a great, beautiful setup, and it'll be two times bigger than your bracket, or it'll be smaller than your bracket, or half the size of your bracket. That doesn't mean you don't need to take it. You don't need to just focus. And that's what I started doing, focusing on these ticks every day, and like keeping my stop loss here, and then not moving my take profit lower, moving my not moving my stock, not moving my take profit up to try to force those 300 ticks on a day where we're clearly just going to this swing low that might be 250 ticks. And I was doing that, and I started like losing. So then on Monday yesterday, which probably was the worst day, my trading day, so was it December 9th, I literally was like, after last week's price action, I was like, I'm just gonna scalp this week. I'm just gonna short my bracket to 100 ticks, and then 75 ticks as a stop loss, because I don't want a one to one. I want something a little more than a one to one. Why did it stop me out just to go my way when I was on the 1 minute chart to get a good entry? Because if you're gonna scalp, you need to get a good entry, no matter what the market is showing you overall, because it could go back like it did on me and stop me out. However, when I zoom down the 3 minute, which is what I always say, the 3 minute is my entry chart the lowest. There's no need for me to go on the 1 minute for things like this, because the 1 minute started to chop on me. So I got in super late to just be more sure. The 3 minute was just so much cleaner. IFEG, the stop loss was less than my bracket, 100 ticks, and it ran like 700 ticks in profit. My 300 ticks was my target, was just the 15 minute fair value gap. Boom. I probably got there anyway. I didn't have to adjust it bigger or smaller. But if I looked at my hourly T trades indicator, I could have took it a little further. And that day has hurt me so much. I also started taking supplements, ashwagandha, and I'm gonna tell y'all because these supplements go. I've been taking ashwagandha, and that's what helped me secure 200 plus K in funding. And then I ran out the end of January. But I'm like, is it really? I mean, the end of November. I'm like, is it really doing that well for me? Like, is it really game changing? Like my trading. So I didn't take it the first week of December, but the price action was bad, right? And then obviously yesterday, my emotions. I brought the emotions of last week into yesterday and fumbled. So it's ashwagandha, obviously, and then rhodiola rosea, which Canonia Trader put me on. Follow him on all social media. And today I felt so much better. I took a fake out loss, not trading at 10 a.m., which we're going back to trading at 10 a.m. Even though it was a clean setup. It was a clean 3 minute IFEG, and it just happened to want to sweep out in Q at 10 o'clock. And then we finally got the reversal. I got back in and made my losses back. And I wound up getting to move my stop loss bigger. I kept my stop loss short because it was my second trade. If we were just in an uptrend, which we weren't, we were clearly bearish out of a 4 hour fair value gap. Again, my bread and butter setup. But me not caring about my bracket, I adjusted it as I saw fit. Like my stop loss was bigger today, my profit was bigger today. And some days it'll be smaller, some days it'll be bigger, and you just have to do that. You can't get caught up in like, oh, now I want to just catch like 100 ticks a day and then risk 50. Like you cannot do that on NQ, at least. Maybe on gold or something else, but you just cannot. And it hurt so much to miss my bread and butter setup yesterday. It happened again today, but it was cleaner yesterday because I came in trying to scalp. I came in trying to do something different, to focus on just some ticks I'm trying to catch. Like, no, the market was giving you a clear sign to enter, a clear sign to put your stop loss above these highs, a clear low to target, or multiple lows to target. And I just fumbled it, caring about some ticks. So please don't do that. I honestly, this is the first time I've done this in my journey, because a lot of people have said that to me who aren't ICT traders when I first started trading, and I wasn't really profitable, or like I was, but I wasn't like passing my funded accounts at the time. Cause I had a big one, like a big forex one. So people like to, like, you're not profitable. They like to talk a little shit. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, "Oh, well, my stop loss is the same every day, it's the same every day." It's just not if you're an ICT trader. And I've always said that's the one thing about ICT I don't like, but it doesn't matter. It's giving you a clean setup. Some days you're risking 200 to make 4. Some days you're risking 75 to make 150. And you just gotta live with that. You just gotta live with that. And I don't know how I got so far off that, but I'm back on it. And I hope this helps you and you don't go down this rabbit hole. Like, just the 150 take the 300 bracket helps me just be ready if it does, like say I get in an entry and it could be a bad entry, right? And it goes up to stop me out to go my way, but the stop out is like 100 ticks. It gives me time to like move my stop loss up and down to where I actually want it without getting stopped out or hitting take profit before I really adjust it. Or like you could get in a trade and you accidentally have your take profit 100 ticks like I had, but there's a clear draw on liquidity 400 ticks away, and now you just made 100 ticks because it ran down really quickly, which is what we love. But that bracket gives me enough room to adjust my bracket and then let the trade play out without me like having to like fidget. So I'm sticking with that. I'm trading what the market gives me because I've seen clean setups too. Like I know where it's going. Liquidity sweep, market structure shift, CISD to another liquidity point, and then my stop loss is like 30 ticks, but my take profit is 70. It's still a 1 to 2. You cannot take that if you don't want it, and that's great. But for me, like I'd rather still take that and not be holding on to my bracket and still trying to get 300 ticks in a market that is not going to give it to me. The draw is clear, but I know the draw is. I know where it's going. I can make some money on that, and I hope that helps y'all. That has helped me. I can't believe it's like irking me. I'm back on the ashwagandha and stuff, but it's irking me how I let myself get to that point because that was never my thing. Like I already knew with ICT, I've seen it. Sometimes the market structure shift in CIC is so small, you're risking like 20 ticks to make like 800. There are some days where it's just so easy like that. And then there's days where it wants to chop and then slowly finally give you a CISD, and now your stop loss is like 200 ticks. And then your target is still like only 220. So you can just take it and get a bigger than a 1-to-1 barely, or you just don't take it, but at least you know the draw is clear. And I just got so obsessed with like a 1 to 2, a 1 to 2, a 1 to 2, instead of just like, don't even care. Get in the trade, stop loss here, take profit there, move on. Because then it doesn't matter because you're losing less. So even if your losses are sometimes bigger, which they were, I still passed my funded accounts with my bigger losses. That was just hurting me. And that's because I wasn't holding my trades well, like I should have. But that's another story for another day. I kind of fixed that. I don't hold all my trades fully all the time, but I do now sell early close to TP, which might even be worse, but it's not because I'm still locking in way more money than I was at 1-to-1 or like the other time. You know, I was really closing super duper early. So it still is a win. It still is better, but like I said, just don't get caught up. Even though I did write hold for a 1 to 1.5, 1 to 2, I don't even care. I don't even care. Get in, stop loss above the high before the reversal, or the low before the reversal, and then target the other opposing liquidity or a higher time frame for value gap because that might give you more. And move on with your day. I hope that helps you. That's gonna help me. I already feel good. I already feel better just doing trading with the market was doing. That's what I was doing before. Sometimes I got 1 to 3s. Sometimes I got 1 to 1. Sometimes I got 1 to 4s. Sometimes I got 1 to 7s. It was so beautiful. I didn't care how many ticks it was. It was just whatever the market was giving me. I didn't care how many points it was. And that's how most people trade. Tanya trades sometimes catch 100 points. Sometimes it's 25 points. It doesn't matter. She caught the win. It's all that matters. So I hope that helps you. And let's have a good 2025 trading year. This year, we're already at the end, so do what you can. You might not trade the rest of the year. You might trade a few days. You might paper trade the rest of the year. But next year, we're going to have a good trading year. Subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends.